In the windswept lowlands of Scotland, where mornings rise pale over heather fields and castles sit like weathered bones, a child was born into a family that carried both ambition and doubt. This was Robert Bruce, a man who grew up caught between two identities, the world of Norman lords and the legacy of Gaelic kings. He never fully belonged to either, much like Scotland itself, a kingdom fractured by rival clans and overshadowed by the might of England. For a man like Bruce, the crown was less a prize than a burden, and he would carry that burden long before it ever touched his head. When King Edward I of England marched north, Scotland broke. Castles fell, nobles bent the knee. Then, William Wallace rose like a flame, burned bright, and was extinguished. All the while, Bruce watched and waited, his heart torn between cautious strategy and a simmering belief that Scotland was not meant to kneel forever. The point of no return came in a church at Dumfries. A bitter quarrel with his rival, John Comyn, turned fatal. With that single act, Bruce committed himself to a path of rebellion. He was crowned King of Scots at Scone soon after, but in a land under occupation, a crown meant little without an army. Defeat followed defeat. His brothers were executed. His wife and sisters were captured and imprisoned. Bruce vanished into the mountains and the isles, a king without a kingdom, his name carried only in whispers. Yet something changed in those years of exile. A hardening of will, a deep patience, a quiet resolve. When he returned, Scotland was ready. His campaign was not one of flashy victories, but of slow, meticulous, almost meditative warfare. He struck at night and melted into the forests, building alliances stone by stone. Then came the year 1314, at a place called Bannockburn. Here, Bruce finally faced the full power of England head-on. The morning was cool, the air still. The English cavalry thundered forward, confident in their numbers and certain of victory. The Scots began the second day of the battle by holding mass. But Bruce held his ground. After multiple cavalry charges failed to break the Scottish defenses, Robert began to move his infantry forward. The battle transformed into an all-out rout, with many of the English being slaughtered. English losses included 34 barons and knights as well as thousands of footmen killed or captured while fleeing from the battle. The English army was shattered, and for the first time in a generation, Scotland breathed free. Robert the Bruce ruled for years afterward, a steady and thoughtful king, shaping the very kingdom that had nearly slipped into memory. When he died, he asked that his heart be carried on a crusade to the Holy Land. But in truth, his heart had never left Scotland, a land he reclaimed not with sudden glory, but with the quiet, relentless weight of persistence.